halberd brings more structure. I'm trying not to let swearing into my channel, because I know kids might watch this stuff. But I have a very strong urge to use a particular phrase. About our detective's remark. So he's missing, but we just talked to him a little while ago. Yep. So now we really know something he's going on. I found another victim of the mysterious murder. Sounds like she was very proud. Perhaps it was her pride that led her to her sad end. Could traits such as these be the reason behind these horrible murders? This combination. Man tried to kill me again. As the halberd flew toward me, my whole life flashed before my eyes. I have to be extra careful. That villain managed to find me even inside the palace. The royal steward has gone missing too. Could he be another victim of the murder? But why? Yeah, so far a murderer has only been killing women. There's tobacco in the knight's helmet. Sure. Yeah. So the guy that we talked to, not the steward. Somebody left their pipe in the knight's helmet. Why? I don't know, he told his wife he was quitting smoking. Okay. So we're gonna make some wine. Another thing I've noticed that in quite a few games where they'll just randomly ask you to make wine and hit an object. Forgetting that, you know, sure you stomp the grapes and all, but it takes a little time for it to ferment and actually become alcohol. And also there's a process to it. You don't exactly just stomp the grapes and then pour it into a glass. Like what he's doing here. You don't have wine there, now you just have grape mush. You know, that stuff's gotta be like filtered and then put into a barrel to age. Again, also ferment. It gets that lovely aroma and whatever particular notes associated with the type of grape and whatever else the particular vintner does. Just things I noticed in hidden object games when they ask you to do something that generally takes a fair fair amount of time. Like, if you notice, in my very first game that I did, Sherlock Holmes and the Hound of the Baskervilles, yeah, there was like one time where they asked us, okay, so we need to grow a flower. But they also realized that, you know, that takes a little while. It's not like, you know, you just grow it and boom, you've got a flower. So that's why they gave us that little power thing. There was the little power jewel that sped up time. And that allowed us to grow a flower very quickly. And it's okay, so like also earlier in this game, you know, we had the very sad wilted flower. You know, you don't just like pour water and all of a sudden it just perks right back up. You know, you give it a, you know, you water it, you give some fertilizer, whatever. You come back to it tomorrow, it looks better. I mean, I understand why they do it, you know, it's not like we play these games over the course of a few weeks. You know, I get through these games usually in a few hours. And I'm just saying that maybe add a touch more logic unless you're in a purely fantasy or sci-fi realm. And we got ahead. Okay, so where can we go now? Something to do downstairs, apparently. Okay. Fix the rusty wheel. So yeah, now we're actually gonna fire a cannon. Just need to find the cannonball. Yeah, but now we're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna blast open the door. Yay! What is there to do here now? Yeah, still can't do that. Yeah, alright, so we can put the gold paint here. And we can open the rooster pedestal. Okay. I think next we go in here. But we still are missing the key. Ah. What is that sound? It is the scent of... No, we open. Aged paper. Sure, what the heck. Oh yeah, we got a stethoscope so we can do this. That old trick. So instead of, you know, hearing a sound, we got a light shining. Hey, we got a fuse for our cannon. Now we just need a cannonball. Yeah, I can stick that in there. Unless... think I know what I'm thinking. Oh. Yeah, finally using that gunpowder. Alright, so we're gonna shoot the statue head. Alright. Now that's what I'm talking about. Not your typical way of opening a door. Yeah, we're probably gonna wind up paying for that.
Antoinette's notes confirmed that women of different social classes have been disappearing, paralyzing Parisian society with fear.
Yes, that's an interesting note, is that none of these women were from like the same class. Some were low class, some were nobles. Got the bourgeoisie in there somewhere.
Antoinette also saw the villain, and he's quite close to the royal estates of Versailles. She hid information about what she knew in the Cathedral of Notre Dame.
So Antoinette was really on top of things. She really knew what was going on. So yeah, despite everything that's happening, the opera's still going on. Because the show must go on. As always. Alright, so now I can finally get in here. There's the key. Cinnamon. Okay. Right. See, another memory game. I'll get it. Oh, what was next? There we go. And another little cache.
Now, there is no doubt. This case leads straight to Gaston, a student of the old alchemist Giacomo Bertolucci.
What are the odds? It's funny that up until now there's only been one mention of Gaston, which was when we read about him in Giacomo's notes. And only now are realizing, yeah, we probably should go talk to him.
But Gaston has an impeccable reputation, and one can't accuse the best alchemist in Paris without solid evidence. Which is exactly why Antoinette's uncle, the royal steward, hired me.
Yep.
Time to pay a visit to the perfumer's workshop.
Valerie has vanished, my dear little sister. I'm terrified and I'm not sure what to do. Oh, my poor uncle. Valerie was the greatest happiness in his life. Maybe I should tell him that Valerie was going to visit the old alchemist Giacomo Bertolucci. It could be a clue. As royal steward, perhaps uncle is powerful enough to start an investigation. Well, yeah. Alright, so we need to spell out the word alchemia. Which is just gonna take a minute. This isn't a hard minigame. Yeah, that's sort of all the games so far. None of them have been particularly hard. Some of them will take a minute, but that's about it. Yeah, you can only go certain directions for each row and column. See, the gameplay's not bad here. Yeah, it is what it is. Ooh, there's a second minigame. Okay. This one is destroy all the flasks using only the 3 drops in the test tube. It appears the level of liquid in a flask rises by half with each drop, and a full flask explodes when a drop is added, sending the liquid into other flasks. Okay. So, like, we take this, maybe add it here. That did it. So yeah, just the whole sort of chain reaction thing. Very cool. And now we're in the workshop, of course. He's not here. He's out doing his own thing. Probably trying to kidnap more women. So we're gonna make a glass of orange juice. There was an eyeball in the nut. You know, sometimes you just gotta screw logic. Okay, powder. have a bowl. Corrosive. Service and costs bill. Exclusive lock. Lock key installation. Crafted and installed by Master Locksmith Jacques Foy. Beggar's Quarter. Yep, paper. So apparently there's a scent to a rusty lock. The scent of rust. What is the scent of rust, per se? Yeah. So you got one heck of a lock. And we need to figure out how to get a key to it. While we're here, we'll pick up some clay. But I do believe we can make a corrosive with what we have. Let's see, what do we need? Rust, death, H paper, and incense. We've got all that. Okay, so rust, death, aged paper, and incense. Yeah, not the most pleasant scents that we've acquired. Although I guess, you know, some people might like the smell of aged paper. There we go.
Good day to you. I am Jacques, Master Locksmith, at your service. Yes, I remember that lock. I installed it for a rather tight-lipped man, some kind of alchemist, I think. And yes, I could craft another key for it, but perhaps you could do me a favor first. I long to see the royal opera, but a person of my rank would never be allowed inside. If you find me a ticket and some noble attire, I'll start crafting the key immediately.
So yeah, getting the whole class system. Yeah, the Royal Opera was of course for the royal classes. Every night our city freezes with terror, and not only because of the cholera epidemic in the port and beggars' quarter. Several young women have disappeared in the streets at night. Fearful citizens are wondering what happened to them. The sad and terrible answer to this question began to surface a few days ago, when police began to find the victims dead. No wounds were found on the bodies, but medics say they discovered strange things. The cause of death in all cases was extreme dehydration. It appears that not even a drop of moisture was left in their bodies. City authorities strongly recommend the citizens of Paris refrain from walking out in the streets after dusk, at least until the murderer has been captured. So yeah, I think that's like the 5th article we've read about this. Catch up here. Man portraits, not the roast. Yeah. Antoinette knew that something bad might happen, so she had some of her notes. I have to look for them inside Notre Dame. I've never been there, but I hear it's the most beautiful building in all of France. Old Master Bertolucci, the alchemist, and his strange assistant, Antoinette had come to believe that they were connected to the disappearances somehow. It's time to find and visit the perfumer's workshop. I might find answers there, or maybe just new questions. There's a strange lock on the door to Gaston's basement. Perhaps the locksmith who made it could craft me a spare key. He lives in the beggar quarter. A very strange lock has been installed on the basement door, and it looks like the corrosion elixir isn't enough to destroy it. The lock bears the name Jacques Foy. Perhaps this is the man who can help me. Master Foy agreed to help me, but only for a favor in return. It seems he loves the opera, but a person of his social status would not normally be able to attend. I must help him go. Yeah. Big reason he won't be able to attend. Yeah, there's his class, but there's also the fact that a ticket to the Royal Opera would probably cost him a year's worth of his wage. At least. Let's see, a nice bust of Louis XIV. Alright, so set the statues in the correct places. Alrighty. Yeah, we've got to go on are these little patterns here. Okay, not quite there. Well, not sure what would fit better there. Huh. Yeah. Yes, this one. Yeah. And a secret staircase. The Royal Steward.
The plot thickens. I found the real steward of the royal palace, dead. After he sent me the letter asking me to come investigate this case, someone killed him. Then his murderer disguised himself as the steward and lured me into the house to try to kill me.
The situation is dangerous. I worry about Valerie. I'm sure someone is watching my every step, but I don't know why. I hope the detective will arrive before it is too late. Well, it was too late for you, buddy. Sorry. So yeah. Here's where we'll pick up some clothes for our locksmith. Yeah, they're Nightingale. But still the big question is motive. Why did all these women have to die? We don't really know yet. Anything else we can do here? Not really. Oh, he had the other fragment the whole time. Alright, so yes, we need to put together a nobleman's outfit. Okay. Alright, so let's see if we get this right. One. Okay, the pants. And the shoes with the little buckles. Ah. I know those are the right shoes. Yeah, those are the right shoes. Those are the pants. That should be the hat. Maybe this jacket. Okay, that was it. So Jacques can go to the
Thank
opera.
you. Now I only need a ticket to the opera. Unbelievable! At last, I will hear the Royal Opera. You've done me a great kindness, and I am a man of my word. Here's the key.
Merci. What's down here? Another dang gas bomb. Yeah, kinda happy that wasn't a body. So we gotta get out of the basement now and track down Gaston. And obviously he is our murderer. We just don't know what snapped in his head to make him go from respectable alchemist to serial killer. It's a strange color. So clearly this is where Gaston's sort of been killing all these women.
Gaston is the villain.
No. Sorry.
Apparently there was an explosion in his workshop, and a young woman was hurt.
Yep.
After that, he began to murder women with desirable characteristics. Intelligence, beauty, loyalty. He used these as components in a strange elixir. But he encrypted his records. I think I can find the code in the library at Versailles.
Yep. Once we're able to get out of here, that is. Castor oil. I do not know what that smells like. Solvent. Okay. Oh, here we go. Pack cleaner. alcohol, castor oil, rosemary, rust, and death. Yeah, we've collected nearly every fragrance in the game. A few more to go. It's interesting that all these like solvents and corrosives can be made just by collecting scents. And the key comes down the pipe. There we go.